I have to fight to obviously remain present always. I think about things in the future, and all that does is stress me out. And I certainly don't look back in the past because I can't change any of that. So I focus on things that are real, that are tangible, and it gets me through.
Truth is really all that matters to me, and whatever it takes for me to get to that truth. If it's dishonest, then it ain't right.
Human condition, that I always find challenging. That's why I love my job, is being able to find the solutions to overcome the expression of the human condition.
Start with the truth, and then go from there. How it happens is how it happens. Like, I don't control that. It's finding the truth.
So you're just there. You're just being.
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. Don't get me wrong. I can't sit here and break down how anyone does any specific job. Again, it always comes down to the truth and within the realm of the script and helping the director tell a story or her story.
So how much of it is that what you show up to the set with that you've already figured out and you kind of know where he is, and how much of it is him directing and shaping it as you go?
Well, I mean, I like to go to set not knowing anything, or at least not knowing the answer. Be well informed, but not know the answer. Have a direction. It's the same how he directs. He has a very specific voice, a very specific idea. Doesn't mean he knows exactly how to get to there, but just about being prepared and being very informed, and then really just not knowing the answer. I feel like if I know the answer, I'm already fucked. I'm already, I'm just going to dial it in.
It's the preparation that's most exciting, because that's when I really have to ask a lot of questions. It's when you really get to dig into, that's where, like for Ben and I, that was most the direction that he gave me on the movie, was sitting like we are now and just asking questions. I don't have enough time to be bored in life. And my father always teased me when I was a kid, like 7. Like pulling on a shirt, Dad, I'm bored. He's like, well, you must be a boring person, Jeremy. Like, yeah, it's my dad. So I'm like, fine, whatever, and then I'd go off and break a window or something.
So you can always find something to...
Always find something to do.
Some trouble to cause. So when you prep, that's the real core of the work.
All the prep is all the work. The application of the work is the fun. So all the nuances and layering the stuff and finding new things and exploring and what people give you, and it's not what you expect or was, and I mean, that's the joy for me of acting.
And does the weather affect you, or are you just...
Yeah, it helps me. It's our backdrop, it's our scene, it's our limitations. It dictates the real basic truth of how the people exist in this region. What people wear and dress and how they walk and why they do what they do. I mean, all that comes from just like, oh, it's hard to breathe, it's hard this, and there's all those limitations. So all those things help. So all those things really help.
I like things that challenge me. I like to be challenged. If I have to go to work and I already know the answers, I'm already bored. I'm not going to turn in a good performance. I'm not going to get 100%. So I want to go and learn. I want to not know the answers. I'm willing to fail every day.
That feeling, to me, if people get scared, that excites me, and that's why I do it, because there's so much to learn and so much to offer, and it's a great exchange. If that doesn't happen, then I'm not interested in going to work. I'd rather be unemployed.
I'm concerned about being bored. I'm concerned about being complacent. That I'm concerned about, and I can't repeat and do the same thing over and over again for too long, because I want to skip to work. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to dance. Make it happen. And so it's whatever shape or form that kind of comes in is what I kind of seek out.
I studied Broadway and opera in college.
So that's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Not just
no, it's real. Yeah. Fumbling around in college, not knowing what I wanted to do. I was a computer science major. I was a criminology major. I took this acting class as an elective. Like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. I like Michael J. Fox. I like that. He's funny. Like, maybe kind of go in and do that. Like Family Ties, I think, was popular at the time.
Right.
So I went in and did it, and discovered that the stage, and I did it my first play. Discovered that the stage was a really wonderful, safe playground for me as a man to hide in a character and expose myself in ways that I realized how emotionally repressed I was. So 19 years of emotional repression just comes out, in those characters initially, and then I learned about the artistry of it, and still constantly learning.
For me, the stage was a safe place to hide in a character and express a lot of inner turmoil or anger or frustrations or sadness within a character. It's hard as a man in a small agricultural town to ultimately have all these emotions, and it's not really kind of an accepted thing. It's like, you're a guy, you don't cry. This, you know, all these sort of stigmatisms to emotions as a guy in a small town. So I hid in all these characters and like expressed all these feelings I was having. And then it came, I lost a sort of therapy in it and kind of moved on to human behavior and started studying psychology and human behavior and sociology, and that became an art form to me. I knew since I was 19 what I wanted, and I wasn't going to stop until I got it, and I gave myself a certain amount of time to achieve that.
I was getting really good at helping continuity and director and editors with knowing where cameras are, knowing what they were actually trying to get, always looking at their lens, and because I want to direct someday. So I get really involved with the camera department, just to understand that. And, okay, so I got really pretty decent at that. Right. Being very consistent to help them edit. And then also helped me as an actor, knowing when I messed up, but I didn't want to mess up the take for somebody else. I would do something that didn't match so they couldn't use the take.
And you know whether you're hitting the note that you want to hit when you're on set? Or that you're just trusting them to see
you know
it?
for sure.
You know for sure.
Yeah.
I know when I suck as an actor, I can tell you that. I know if I run a red light, I can tell you that.
I know where there's truth. Don't know if it's exactly right for that scene. I'm like, this might be a little heavy. So I say, Taylor, maybe we try one where it's, you know.
I try to help the director tell the story for the movie. It's that simple.
You know, my idea of a good director is, you know, say it in one sentence or don't say it at all. If you have to yammer on for 5 minutes about what's really going on, this should have taken place well before cameras are rolling.
And we can just go for it. And that was a really fun part of him being the director and actor in it. It was really relaxed, and it felt like, right, let's do one and let's suck in it. Let's do it, why not? And we just tried it a bunch of different ways, and that to me was a lot of fun. It just felt like we were all on the same page, we're all collaborators in it, and at least as it felt that way. But it was very creative and a lot of fun. Every day was a brand new canvas to paint. It was pretty awesome, and that's all attributed to Ben.
Trust, that's the most beautiful gift a director can give to an actor. Frees me up to give her everything I possibly could. And she didn't even ask it of me, but I gave her everything I possibly could.
And there's 1,000 things that can go wrong every day making a movie, right? And it's just how you overcome the obstacles. I mean, The Town, I mean, that movie shouldn't have gotten made. The Hurt Locker should have never been made. But, you know, these things squeak through the cracks, and then good things happen. That's it's great. I feel so lucky to have it all come together. And, you know, but the elements all have to be there. You know, you got to have the script, and then surround it with everybody that's good at their job. And even then, it doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of factors that still, like, why do people go see The Town? I don't know, you gotta ask them. But, you know, I think it's great, but...
I can tell you what I think, but it doesn't matter. That's why I think this film succeeds.
It's about what it feels.
And
Everybody feels.
It invokes thought and feelings for people. That is a powerful thing to do, and that, to me, is what true cinema is.
Best piece of advice you ever received?
Be willing to fail.
Advice for up-and-coming actors?
I say don't have a plan B. I think you're planning to fail.
Just doing what your heart, following your heart, doing what you connect to. That feels right. It's great to be validated with something you love to do. I mean, I can just say it as simply as that.
So were this set and the stage feel like home to you? Or are they places you love being? Or is it the actual just work of being in front of the camera?
That's the vacation. That's not the work. The work is getting the work.
Okay.
That's the vacation. That's the playtime. So fun. Going to set, skipping to work. That's a wonderful gift that I feel like I've stumbled across.
11th year ago was when I was living by candlelight. That wasn't quite so fun, but I made that romantic. Hey, I'm living by candlelight. This is kind of sexy. But yeah, it was miserable 11 years ago. but I was doing what I love to do, at least. Starving, fine, whatever. Every actor starves, but whatever. I was doing what I love to do, and even in terrible times, you don't feel good as a man when you can't provide food for yourself. That doesn't feel very good, you know. Not good for the ego, but it makes me appreciate what I do.
Are actors a different breed?
Actors are strange. They're all pretty wackadoodle in some ways, you know. I know I'm not normal, and I'm okay. I sort of embrace that. You know, I have a great job to not be normal in. At least not traditional, I suppose.
Well, you in some ways you seem very normal.
Well, I guess.
You seem comfortable talking. I mean, you seem comfortable in your skin.
Yeah, but does that make me normal? That seems to make me
that's
abnormal.
abnormal, I guess.
That's abnormal, I think. I feel like there's a lot of people that aren't.
But I guess it's what a normal aspires to.
Yeah, it's to our limited perception as well, you know.
Yeah. It's a strange business.
Yeah, it is. And I love it.